Hey guys, Tim Chase here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed. I've had a few new subscribers over the last few weeks, so very honoured and humbled that you are following my journey and following my training and nutrition and everything else I get up to. Now today is going to be a little vlog. Haven't done one for a while. I don't think I've done one this year. So it's just me and you, and I am going to talk through what I've been up to over the last few weeks, what I have planned, and what I've done differently this year compared to last year. Because if you've been following me on social, I have been in a better mood. Believe it or not, I've been in a better mood than I was last year. And there's been a couple of reasons why that is. So what have I been up to? Well, I last competed, I believe it was in October. Don't quote me on it because my memory's not great. Competed in October, pure elite. Came second in fitness model, first in international model, and third in the overall from the show. So I was happy and unhappy because, I set myself ridiculous targets. Obviously I wanted to win and I didn't, but I'm very happy with how I looked and, that I came third. So, the standard was great. So I can't complain. Did well and I worked hard. However, there's things that I could have changed coming into that show, which I'll go through in a second. So after that, obviously I enjoyed Christmas, enjoyed my birthday. I turned 31, I believe. I'm at that age now where I start to forget how old I am and have to start working it back from my day of birth. But had a good Christmas, had a good birthday, drank a bit, ate too much, did a few too many eating challenges. Have a look in the links I put below. You'll see some of those eating challenges. And I picked up this YouTube channel a little bit more aggressively. You'll notice I've done a few more posts, probably 2 videos a week over the last few weeks. Training, I've done recipe, I think only 1 recipe. I've done some just general advice. I've got some guest content from Lucy. So check out some of the links below and check out my channel and subscribe if you're not. And let me know what you think. Hopefully there's some great content for you on there. So I decided to compete in a brand new federation. You might have heard of it, called the Two Bros Pro. A bit of a mouthful, but that's what it's called. And that is like an IFBB affiliated federation. So what that means is if you win your category, you become an IFBB Pro. They say if you win, you're in. So technically, whoever wins my category at that show could then start collecting points to qualify for the Olympia stage this year or next year, which would be phenomenal. So, if it's not me, whoever beats me, potentially could be on the Olympia stage. I mean, absolutely amazing opportunity, and I jumped at that. The only downside was it was the 10th of March was the show. Now, that's not that far from Christmas, and no one likes starting through Christmas. However, I'd eaten so much and drank so much, but come the 24th of December, I was pretty much done. Done with eating rubbish. I was pretty ill. I think I'd eaten too much dairy, too much sugar, too much alcohol. And come Boxing Day, I knocked it on the head, cleaned up my diet. I sat on about 3,000 calories, I think, then. Really cleaned it up because I was probably consuming sort of more like 5,000 over December. A few too many Krispy Kremes and Ben and Jerry's. So I cleaned my diet up. And yeah, the weight obviously started dropping off, mainly through inflammation to start with and water retention. I started at 96 kilos and hit the new year at about 93. I've put on my Instagram at Tim_Chase1 a little progress photo from the 1st of Jan to now. I then started working with a new coach start of the new year. So this is the first thing I did different this time than I did last year. Started working with a new coach. Now, I was working with my partner Lucy, who I think is phenomenal at prepping people, but it's very hard being prepped by your fiance for a fitness show because, it's quite a stressful time when you're dieting for a show. It's a little bit extreme and it can make for a challenging relationship, put it that way. We've had some great results in the past, but we thought we'll have a fresh approach, so we used a new coach. And that's the first thing we've changed. It means my relationship's been a lot stronger because we've been working together rather than almost sort of working against each other. And her now being my fiance rather than my coach has meant that we've had more quality time together. and she's supporting me through this process rather than sort of just nagging at me like, you must diet and you must not eat crap and you must get out and do your cardio. So we've been working together. Now, the benefit of that, obviously, is it's taking the stress out of the relationship, and we are now acting as a couple again, which is amazing. The downside is it's obviously an external person, and I'm quite controlling. So, I quite like having control of my diet. Now, I know Lucy was doing my prep, but ultimately I wasn't doing anything I wasn't happy with, and we would discuss every decision we made regarding training and nutrition and lifestyle. So with a new coach, I now get told what to do, which is tough. It's very tough for me. Having that control taken away from your prep, you're putting your whole prep in someone else's hands. So it's kind of like entering the unknown, which is always very tough when you're going into prep. This prep as well has been a lot harder for me. The calories have been a lot lower than I'm used to. We've actually carb cycled, which is something I haven't done for a long time. And, the low days, some days I'm down to 35 grams of carbs, 0 grams of carbs. It's tough, very tough, because my body loves carbs, and so do I. I love oats, I love sweet potato, I love rice, I love pretty much every carb. So it's been very tough to have to dig in deep. And also, it's the first time working with this coach, so there's always a risk. They don't know my body. I feel I know my body better than anyone, and they don't know it. So it's that risk, but that's what we did to save the relationship, so to speak, and get a different approach. And at the moment it's working. It's been tough, but it's working. I would say that it's made me realise, because the nutrition has been a lot tougher than normal, that I am capable of doing more than I think I'm capable of. I often doubt myself, and this prep has really made me sort of digging deep and push to places I didn't think I could push. Days where I just want to give up, really close to giving up. I've dug in deep, and yes, it's been hard. Yes, I've hated parts. I've also loved parts, but right now on such a high, I'm smashing it. I've got about 9-10 days to go, and I'm not having a lot of food, but the fat's dropping off, and mentally I'm still feeling with it, just about. Comment below if you disagree, if you're watching my social stories, but it's going well. And it's made me realise that I am capable of doing much more than I think I am. Whether or not this is the correct prep or not, with the calories I'm on, for health reasons or, competition reasons, I don't know the answer to that right now. But it's one method. There's loads of coaches out there, and they've all got their own methods. And I'm giving this my all. I'm giving it 100%, and I am going to kill it. And, let's see what the results say on stage. So fingers crossed, we'll absolutely smash it. The other thing I have changed with this prep is I've taken it a lot more seriously. Last year, because I won a PCA show and a UK UP show, I think, I was going to hit Pure Elite. And I won Pure Elite show earlier. I thought I was going to hit the Pure Elite Worlds. It was going to be pretty easy. I was sort of taking it for granted. I didn't really need to work hard. You get a bit complacent when you win, which is not good because you don't learn anything. So by not winning, it's made me evaluate and, go back to the drawing board and think, do you know what? I need to give this my all. And I've been a lot more committed to this prep. I've gone all in, as they say, and I haven't left anything to chance. I've been hitting posing every day for 10-15 minutes, which is very unlike me. I was normally once a week. So every day I've been hitting my mandatory poses for men's physique, which is what I'm doing. It's only front and back poses, but I've got to do like an eye walk, a little routine, kind of like they do in the Mr. Olympia. And I've just been going over and over it, reciting it over and over, 10-15 minutes a day, not overkill, but just keeping it fresh. And I've been doing that since 4 weeks out. So by the time I hit the stage, I should be sick to death of it, and I should know it off by heart. And that's something I had feedback on stage last time, was that, I didn't look as confident, didn't look as fluid as I normally do. So this time, there's nothing to chance. I'm coming back with a vengeance, and I'm going to look like I own that stage. Whether I win or not, at least I can say I gave it my all this time. I gave it my all. Something else I've changed with this prep is I've been doing my weight training fasted. Now, is this right? Is this wrong? Do you know what? I could argue both sides of it. The main thing is it works for me. It works for me right now. Sorry, my arm is getting tired. Prep arm. It works for me now. I've been waking up 4:30, without an alarm. So I've been leaving my house about 5:20, getting to the gym fasted, having an amino energy from ON, and that seems to work well. The energy is the slow release energy from like green tea, so it seems to fuel me for the workout, and obviously the food from the day before is fueling me, rather than when I train before in the morning, I'd try and eat oats and omelette and coffee, and I'd sort of crash and feel sick in the gym. But I'd get in there, and after about 60, 70, 80 minutes of training, this is weight training I'm talking about, I then start to get quite hungry, and then that's it. I kind of call it a day, done my workout. It's quite high volume, 20 to 30 sets. And it seems to be working well for me right now. I'm really enjoying it. Benefit is I am making the most of my morning instead of just sitting around watching TV or having a coffee. I've therefore got more time in the rest of the day. And, mentally, I just feel so much more positive getting up and getting it done. I'm one of those people, if I can get up and have a productive start to the day, I'm positive for the rest of the day. If I wake up late, then I'm normally quite stressed all day. I don't know why. It's just something, I've always had. I've always been like that. If I get up and feel like I've almost beaten the day, then I have such a great day. And come the end of the day, if I'm tired, I don't mind watching a bit of TV or chilling out, because I feel like I've already conquered the day and done a lot. So, the time right now is 8:15. And I have already gone and opened the gym. It was snowing this morning, so I went and opened. And then I did an hour on the treadmill, did about a 6 kilometre walk. I've come back. I've said hello to the baby dogs, said hello to my partner, had an omelette, had my oats. And then I've, I even watched a little bit of YouTube, and now doing my own vlog. And it's only 8:15. So, I'm not saying I'm better than other people. What I am saying is this is working really well for me. If you get up at 8, 9, 10 a.m., that's great. And if that works for you, then fine. But, for me, I'm waking up early and I'm making the most of that morning, and I'm feeling so much more productive because I don't start work now till 11. I've actually got a few hours to just sort of get some stuff done, give you guys some content, and give you an insight into kind of what I do with my prep. The downside, though, of training fasted is that you're going to have less strength in theory, because obviously you've got less food in you. Whether, again, that is a mental thing, or whether that is because you literally have less food in you. Although I've always said this, if you're eating breakfast, say like 6 a.m. and you're going to train at 7, has that food even digested? Well, I suppose it depends what you eat. But I always like to think that I've got food in me still from the day before. My muscles should be fueled. In prep, not so much, because if I'm depleted, I'm not going to be fueled. Either way, it's going to be a tough workout. But I haven't noticed much of a difference in my strength. I find that if I get into that gym and I really attack the session and I have a good session, when I started doing this fasted training, I'd be looking at the clock thinking, oh, it's like 6 in the morning. Oh, I'm so tired. It's too tiring. I haven't got the strength. And I think I was just telling myself that it was too early to train. But now I've got my head into training early. I feel great. And, I have trained a couple of times in the afternoon. And again, I still feel great. So I've got over that hurdle, I suppose, of which time of day is good for me, and making that excuse of, oh, this is the wrong time. I seem to be great now at training any time. Although late afternoon, evening, in my head, I look at the clock and I think I shouldn't be training. I should be, working or chilling out. But again, I think that's just a mental thing. There is science to show that you are stronger later in the day. But for me, fasted training works. I've had a lot of people asking, does it work? I mean, I like it. Obviously, LISS, so lower intensity steady state, is proven to help with things like fat loss. You go for a walk in the morning, that's great. And that's what I used to do. Problem is, I'd get back from that walk and then I'd try and fuel myself for a training session at like 9, 10 a.m. And I just didn't have the energy. I think I'd given quite a lot on that walk. And, tiredness was catching up with me. Maybe the food wasn't sitting right in my stomach. I wasn't getting my caffeine, my pre-workout right. So this seems to work better. Train in the morning, get my heavy weights done, and then an hour or two later I'll go for my walk, with the dogs. This morning's a rest day, so I just did some fasted lists because, hey, I woke up early and let's make the most of the day. Another negative, I suppose, people think about fasted training is that, it could be catabolic, could increase your breakdown of muscle tissue. I will let you know how I get on with that. If I'm trying to add muscle mass, will I train fasted? I don't know. I'm tempted to try it, but will I get less gains, so to speak? Will it be catabolic? I don't know. I'd have to look at the science and obviously ultimately just try it, because it's going to be different for everyone. So I'll give that a go. The other negative I found is I actually do get quite tired later on in the day now, although I feel really positive for smashing the day. I get very tired and I often work till 8, 9 p.m. at work. And it's tough now, 5, 6 p.m. when I'm trying to limit my caffeine intake that late in the day to help me obviously sleep, to get up early. I'm starting to flag. But again, that could just be because I'm, on restricted calories. I'm on a calorie deficit. So it could be that. But yeah, talking of calorie deficit, obviously my calories are the lowest I've ever been. I won't go into the exact details because, I'm not prepping myself. But some days they are below 2,000, which is low for me. I burn a hell of a lot more than that. And my weight loss, it was 96 at Christmas. Come to New Year, it was 93. I'm currently sitting just under 84. So it is a big weight loss. But once I have carbs, I haven't had any carbs for a day or so. Once I put the carbs in today and tomorrow, I'm going to fill back up and I'll probably gain, a couple of kilos just in water and glycogen. So hopefully on stage on the 10th of March, I will look nice and full and have low body fat levels as well. Well, that's the plan. So you'll start seeing a few muscle fibers with nice full muscle bellies. So, that's why I've enlisted a new coach to get me looking my best and take the guesswork out and save my relationship. So that is where I'm at right now, guys, with my life, what I've been doing. As soon as I've competed on the 10th, it's Mother's Day on the 11th. Don't forget Mother's Day, people. So I'm going to take my mum out for dinner, and then I'm going to Tenerife for a couple of days just to have a little chill out before the next adventure, which I'll update you guys on. So, yep, prep is going well. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Just leave me a comment. If you like this video, what videos you want to see more of? Do you want to see more vlogs? Do you want to see more training? Do you want to see more nutrition, more recipes? Or just more random ramblings? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always keen to know what you guys want to watch. Or let me know when you watch this, because you're watching this when you're doing your cardio, you're watching this in the bathroom. Let me know. And I also have a few eating videos planned again. I like an eating challenge. I like to use them as my cheat meal. I love an eating challenge. I love a challenge. So I've got a couple planned, but if you've got any eating challenges or you see any food challenges you want me to try, then I will give them a go. Obviously, it's hard to fit in as part of a balanced lifestyle or diet, but hey, I factor in a big cheat meal now and then when I'm not competing. When I'm competing, doesn't happen. So I've got a couple of ideas planned. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see what I can do for you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have an amazing week, and I will speak to you all soon. Thank you. Take care.